I'm so sorry I didn't get this set up yesterday like I promised. I didn't get it set up until today, and then I ended up running into some unexpected delays, and I'm an hour late getting started here. However, I can tell you that I have a 1963D original roll that's never been searched for anything sitting right here. I've got all of the same names that I had in the previous video of the same basic title right here. I got my bag ready, I've got my flips ready, I've got my coins ready, and I'm ready. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm sure we'll see a couple people pop in while I'm doing this. But for the most part, this is more important for people to go back and review and see what they see with regard to coins that were pulled out for them later on. It doesn't have to be a live here and now thing for everyone. So there we go. There's all of our chips in the bag. I did not put a roll chip in the bag simply because this is just a tube and there's no wrapper to deal with. Now I did wash my hands very well with antibacterial soap shortly before I got started on this. Hello, Hawkeye. And my hands are as dry gets. I wash my hands about 6, 8, 10 times a day, if not more than that. So, here we go. We've got our 50 coins, we've got our flips, our inserts, and everything's all ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and draw the first one. Hey, Levels of Madness, here's your coin. You get the one right on the end of the tube. Let's see what this is. Interesting little guy. So let me move this over here just a little bit to make sure that you guys can hear what I'm saying. Get this right in front of me. Yeah, talking about the coins. There they are, right there. Now, some of you might have gotten wind that Chuck has some rolls that he's going to put out for sale today. And if you got that wind is right. I've got thousands of rolls, over 1,000 of which are going to go up for sale today. I'm going to zoom in on this one because I see something on the top of the mint mark. It appears to possibly be doubling on the top of the mint mark, so we're going to take a close look at it. And this is why we take a close look at these things, because it just disappeared when I zoomed in. And that is a fiber laying on the coin. That is not a die crack or anything to that effect on the date and mint mark. So now you see what I was talking about, a little bit of doubling maybe on the top of the mint mark, and it disappeared when I zoomed in on it, so it's just not there. It's an artifact of the lighting. Let's take a look around and see what else we find on the obverse, and we'll flip it over to the reverse and see if there's anything on there. Hello, Coin Help You. In case any of you don't happen to know Coin Help You, this is Daniel Malone, and he runs an educational coin channel. Got a lot of helpful videos there. It's on Coin Help You on YouTube. You can click the 3 little dots next to his name and visit his channel. Save the link to his channel and go watch it after this is over. Alright, coin number 1 has come and gone, and Levels of Madness has a normal coin. Let's see who gets coin number 2. Coin number 2 is matting. Let's see what matting comes out with. I've never seen the contents of this roll, so I have no idea what's in here before we dig in. So the first few coins, I kind of take it slow and easy to make sure I'm not missing anything, or at least try not to miss anything. However, I will let you know that after I get finished with this roll and start putting these coins together to ship out, I'm going to take a really good close look at all the coins again to be sure that I didn't miss anything, because I don't like to miss stuff. Now, if during one of these videos I do happen to say, wow, that looks like it could be an RPM, and then I pull it out to look at it later, and then when you receive it, it doesn't have any writing on it, nothing special, I found out that I was wrong. That does happen. Being human is natural for us. Hello, Mr. Betts. Well, there's coin number 2 in and out. And now we've got Steve looking for silver. Let's see what Steve looking for silver comes out with. On the 1963D, I'm generally looking for doubling as a raised triangular area inside the 3, the lower half of the 3 of the date. And then I'm looking for repunched mint marks as well, because there are a number of repunched mint marks known for the date. And I'm looking over here on the L to see if there's anything straggling underneath the L. We call those bar L's, and it's actually a minor hub doubling on the bottom of the L of the date, or of the coin of Liberty. And I look in God We Trust to see if I find anything, and then I look at the eye and the ear, make sure I'm not missing any doubling in that area, although it's not very well known for this particular issue. Now in the reverse, there's a very typical type of doubling found during this era on the reverse, and it's going to be Class 2 hub doubling. What Class 2 hub doubling has is a separation line with extra thickness toward the rim. Now Class 6 is also relatively common for this era. You're going to have the same doubling or stretching out toward the rim, but you're not going to see the separation lines you would with Class 2. Greg McCoy, see what you got, brother. Now the reason I'm doing this roll is I just felt like giving something away and felt like being a nice guy to people who had purchased spots in another roll. This is a makeup because we didn't actually find anything in that other roll, and we're just going to see if maybe we can find something in this roll to make up for it. Because, well, when I'm going through rolls and I want to find something and I don't find anything in my first roll, I don't stop and cry over spilled milk. I go on to another roll, and then another roll, and then another roll. However, due to limitations of postal weight and due to the limitations of what I can afford to give, we're only going to try this one time here. Get you one more coin for each coin that you had purchased in the other roll, just to see what we can do with regard to finding something different, finding something of some value. Joe McBride told him I'd be here an hour ago. Unfortunately, I had to reschedule. I hope he's here. Hope he found his way back in. So looking at all the same areas on all these coins, so far I haven't found anything of mark. No real value here yet. But, you know, we're only 5 coins into the roll, so we've got plenty of coins to go through. There's a large die crack on the last column. Now, if you take the columns and you number them going from this side all the way across to this side, you come up with 12. And that's why we'll say something to the effect of die scratch next to column 10. Well, column 10 is going to be 3 columns in from the far right side. It's right above that planter. And those are planters on the front steps there. A couple of little things about the anatomy of a Lincoln cent. All right, Joe McBride gets coin number 5. Hello, Blues. And Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Robert Adams. Let's see what Robert Adams comes out with. Good gravy, boys and girls. I'm not having a whole lot of luck here. 1963D doesn't seem to like me right now. Not really sure why that is. I need to move this other coin here. Oops, sorry. I need to move this other coin here out of the way. Get this tube out of the way. My desk is starting to get kind of cluttered because I've been working on this event that we got coming up later on today. And that event is going to be a large roll sale. 6 p.m. right here on the Coppercoins channel. I'm going to be offering over 1,000 rolls for sale. Over 1,000 rolls. And all of these will be well below what you would normally expect to see the pricing at. The coin roll madness, that's what it is. Absolutely. And you don't want to miss it. Who gets coin number 7 here? Hello, Coin Dragon. Madding gets coin number 7. Let's see what happens with Madding's coin. Coin Dragon, I need some luck mojo, buddy. I am not finding anything in this roll. This makes 263 D rolls in a row that I've not found much of anything. Of course, that's to be expected. I mean, die varieties are valuable because they're not common. You go through a whole lot of duds to find a good one. Coin number 8. Mr. Dunn. I got my coffee, but you know what? I'm almost done with it. I got to go get some more. When we're finished with the video here, I have to go get some more coffee. I make mine cup at a time, so I can't even make a run down there to start the pot. I may as well just make my cup of coffee and come back up, and, well, that takes time. Keurig, wonderful thing. You get good tasting, very fresh coffee every cup. All right, Mr. Dunn got coin number 8, has nothing on it. Let's see, coin number 9. These things mixed up a little bit better because, there we go. Mr. McCoy, Jacksonville, Florida. Was there anything at the show in Jacksonville, Florida? Pray tell. Please talk to us. Something I got which is brand new on my 79 half dollar that weighs 12.24 grams. What is a half dollar supposed to weigh? 11 point something, I think. I'm not sure. Don't remember for sure. It's a nice early dice date coin. Unfortunately, there's no doubling on it. What I was going to say is something brand new that I just got today on the channel. It's called Super Chat. And it is a way for my patrons and watchers to be able to donate to the cause while they're watching the video. Just click on that little dollar sign right down there below where you would normally enter a comment. And you can give any amount. You can use a sticker. And give us a sticker. Tell me what you think. Nah, tell me what you really think. I so wish. 11.3. That's kind of what I thought. Something close to that. Boy, don't seem to be getting anywhere with this. That kind of hurts. All right. Well, let's keep working through it here. Singjay. Singjay gets coin number 11. Coin number 11 in the roll turns out to be... Oh, you look at that. It's a 1963 D Lincoln cent. I wonder what those are worth. Take a look at the other side here. I think one of these days I'm going to pop a couple of the die varieties I have out of the book and bring them over and stick them under the scope just to show you what the good stuff looks like when you do find it. Because I've got some of the good stuff. What's the value of copper right now? I don't know. I think it's like $1.75 a pound. They can figure that one out. Steve looking for silver gets coin number 12. And coin number 12 turns out to be... Well, I have to take a little bit closer look at this area here. Yeah, it looks like there could be a little raised area above the center of the 3. If that's a little raised area, it could be one of my double dies. Let's see what that is. That looks like it could be one of my minor double dies. You can see the extra center of a 3 just above the normal center of the 3. It's real shallow. It doesn't make a whole lot of a hump, but it does appear to be there. So this one could be a double die. Let's get a couple of other markers off of this and see what we can figure out. Hey, Matting. I know that I've passed by at least one of your coins so far. And this one appears that it could be a minor double, really minor double die on the 3, on the inside upper part of the 3. You've got a few north and south die scratches running through the date area. See if I can find a real marker. A few little die scratches running through trust. Well, I'm not seeing any real hardcore markers, but we do have those little die scratches north and south through the date. The D is positioned slightly closer to the 9 and in the center. Slightly closer to the 9. So we've got the D slightly closer to the 9 in the center, and we've got north and south die scratches running through the date, especially one running right through the center of the 3. And the 3 is the focal point that we're looking for on this. So I'll put this in a flip and I'll stick it off to the side, and we'll see what happens with it. If it has enough when I look at it with my other microscope to list it, then it'll get listed. Otherwise, it won't. About all I can say with that. So 12 coins in, we find our first possible. Well, and let's say Steve looking for silver is going to get another coin right here. Let's see what happens. You see, this one does not have that same raised area. It's also got different die scratches, so it's definitely a different die. And you can see the inside of the 3 doesn't have that same raised area that the last coin had. So we're not talking about a quote-unquote design element or something that belongs in that engraving, in that design engraving. It's something on this die alone. It's one of those things a lot of people wouldn't even notice. Let's see. Comes after decades of honing my skills of sitting sedentarily in a chair, staring at coins in a microscope. All right. Coin number 14 will belong to Singjay. Coin number 14 belongs to Singjay. And Singjay will get... Not seeing the same raised area there. Also not seeing the die scratches I was looking for. We have different die scratches in the upper half of the obverse. So this is yet another different die. Not the same die and not a double die. You guys are allowed to say something there in the chat, you know. I'm watching. You can ask questions, make comments, say anything you want to say. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk a lot. Matting says something. Thank you, Matting. All right, Joe McBride gets the next coin. Yep. is about that point where I start going a little bit faster as I go through the roll, because it looks like we're not coming up with much. Cleaning your office again. How many times can you clean your office before you stop finding stuff that's valuable? I haven't figured that one out yet, because every time I seem to get into my office and start digging in, I find another box I didn't realize I had. Oh, yeah, I remember having that. I got that at that coin show in Orlando in, what was it, 2014, January 16th. It was table 327, and it was, I think it was at 12:15 in the afternoon, yeah. No, I'm not that bad. But I do remember where I got stuff. This one belongs to Copper Kingdom. Looks like we may have another one of those right here. Get a lot of flashing in the inside of the 3. See if I've got that die scratch. I do not have the same die scratch, so it doesn't appear to be one. Take that back. Alright. Okay. Kind of looking a little bit at the serifs on the outside edges of the letters here, seeing if I could find anything doubled in the serifs. Didn't see anything there. You get frustrated when people color code things. I am too colorblind. And yes, it bugs me. I was at the VA hospital trying to get my information checked into their system the other day. As I was going down the hallway, there's a blue elevator, a green elevator, a brown elevator, and I'm like, well, that's wonderful for people who can see colors. However, I don't. So I'm kind of left out. Ah, there's one of them right there. You see it? Get that extra little bubble of stuff on the upper inside part of the 3. I'm looking for my die scratch through the 3. There it is. Minor die scratches north and south through the date. You should have some running east and west through trust. There they are right there. So I do have another example of the same die that I'm going to take a look at later to see if it's something I can list. And if it's something I can list, then I'll do it. Yeah, the little lesson about colorblindness to the people who are not colorblind here. All of you color-sighted people, when someone tells you they're colorblind, don't ask them, well, what color is this? Because if they weren't colorblind, they would know. But because they're not colorblind, all they can do is guess. A lot of colors have multiple names, especially when you start involving different languages. But yeah, you have yellow, you have chartreuse, you have lemon, you have banana, you have canary. And then you have marigold, and then you start heading off into the flower colors, buttercup. And they're all yellow. Now I can see yellow. And my problem with yellow is when you start... Yeah, blue and purple are the same to me as well. Is when you start mixing just a little tiny bit of blue in with your yellow, and you get this, what people call light green, or even like the green highlighter colors. Green highlighters look yellow to me. Yellow green, yellow orange, both yellow to me. Levels of Madness gets the next coin in the roll. he got another one of those little things right there. Can you see it? Doubling right on the upper part of the center of the 3. Got another one of those. And there's your die scratch running through the middle of the 3. Then you should have east and west die scratches running through the upper part of the design, right there. Often you can see these things better when I've got it right at the edge of the frame. But this is yet another one of those minor doubled dies. I'll just have to look at it a little bit closer and see if I can photograph it. If I can easily photograph it and I can put some marker information to it, then I'll get it listed for sure. Kind of looking at that thing next to the U and see what I've got going on there. Looks a little strange, a little wonky. Like maybe it's some form of, I don't know, misgiven double die or something. But there's nothing there. Could be a marker, because I've seen it before. I didn't know you could become colorblind. I thought you were born colorblind or not. Blue and purple are all the same to me, too. I see my wife wearing a purple jacket. Nice royal blue there. It's not blue. Oh, well, it sure looks blue. Or you go just barely into the violet side of red. One of my problems is I have a lot of trouble seeing red. Red is almost invisible to me. So things like the bright orange golf balls, they look green as grass to me. I have a hard time picking out bright orange golf balls in the grass. And then when they go through and they paint the grass because they're getting ready to put, I don't know, some sort of burial cable or something like that, I don't see it. Can't see the spray paint in the grass. Yeah, I was knocked out of about 3/4 of the jobs in the military because I couldn't see colors properly. When I went to the processing station in downtown Memphis to sign up and go into the Air Force, they put me through this battery of tests, physical and mental tests, and I passed just about all of them. There were 2 tests that I failed miserably. One was color vision, where they show you those 14 dot charts that you're supposed to pick the number out of the dots. Well, I got 13 out of 14 on that. I failed because I got 13 out of 14 wrong. I guess the only color differences I can see is between yellow and purple. And Mr. Patet. Then I also failed the color perception test. The color perception test is where they give you little lights. And there's 2 little lights inside of a machine you put your eyes up to look inside. And they have green, white, and red light. Same thing they use out on a flight line. And so they'll do you're supposed to tell them what color the top one is first and what color the bottom one is second. So you had green and white, and then white and red, and red, or whatever, and you're just supposed to say it like that, right? We did, the first 3 or 4, and the guy looked at me and he says, "You're just guessing, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, You can't see these?" And I said, "No, I can't." "Okay, thank you." Wrote failed on the paper and moved me on. They saved my ability to have a career in the Air Force by sending me off to this testing center for what they called the Enlistment Data Processing Test, the EDPT. I took the EDPT and scored a near perfect on it because I was really good at remembering data, putting things in order, and figuring things out, lists and stuff like that. And so I ended up a computer programmer / operator. I did operations for most of my career. Yes, you did miss a few of your coins, but you haven't really missed a whole lot, because I'm finding this really minor double die obverse inside the 3 of the date, and I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to list it. It's so minor. And that's all I've been finding so far. So you didn't miss much. I continue to look diligently in attempting to progress our knowledge in the 1963D Lincoln Cent, but I'm not succeeding today. So, well, today isn't the day. Kind of amazing how us colorblind people seem to find the same niches to be successful in, huh? Mr. Patet. Mr. Patet will get... Yeah. Looks like it's going to turn out to be a normal Lincoln Cent. Normal 1963D Lincoln Cent. This sale I got coming up here in a couple hours, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be hectic, though. I'll be doing a lot of lifting, a lot of heavy lifting. Box after box after box after box. I'm going to show them to you in the camera. So Mr. Patek got coin number 25. That is the middle coin of the roll. Here's what I'm talking about right here. Got a BU flash sale on BU rolls today. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern time right here on the same channel, same place, same bat channel, same time. I've got 1,680 rolls to sell today. That's today, 6 p.m. Eastern. All right, coin number 26. Copper Kingdom gets coin number 26. Let's see what's in here. I've seen this die before. The really strong die scratches running east and west through the date. Unfortunately, this is going to turn out to be yet another normal coin. Coin Junkie, you been to take them all? Awesome, brother. There will be rolls from, I think, 1952. BU rolls all the way up to 2019 BU rolls. Hoovers, Corgis, and Coin. How are you doing, brother? We are making an attempt to find something in a 1963D roll. We found a few. Nothing really important, but a few. Little minor conversation pieces, you might say. And so far, I haven't really found anything notable in this roll, except the one thing that is notable, if anyone has noticed, there's not really any spots in this roll. I mean, we got some pretty nice, clean coins here. Okay, a few little minor milk spots, but I'm talking about like the big carbon spots and the crap spots, the ones that you can see from arm's length. Otherwise, these coins look pretty nice. They're relatively mark-free, let's call it that. Thank you, Mr. Elliott. You mean the replacement coins that I just sent yesterday got there today? Wow. Or did I send them? No, I sent them Wednesday. Okay. So it took 2 days. Well, post office can still do one or two things right. I should give them more credit. They actually do a lot of work. I don't think it's the actual postal workers that are really complaining about them going broke and not making any money and stuff, even though they're charging 10 times the price for postage that they did 10 years ago. And, well, it doesn't seem to be getting any better service. I can remember 1993, 94, I think it was, right around the time they opened up the idea of processing priority mail. You could send a box as heavy as you wanted to first class, and it would take a week to get there. Oh, Hoover's is a sister, not a mister. Well, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. Because, well, Hoover, to me, that's a last name. And it's probably your last name. Hey, there's another one of those right there. What's up, Mama? No, I'm in the middle of it. Hi, Sherman. What you doing, Sherm? What's up, buddy? Sherman's here, everybody. Say hello. Say hi, Sherm. He's sitting over here wagging his nub. That's my boy. He's going to run off and be with Mama. I believe I got myself another one of those. Sherman in the house. That's right. All right. Midnight Silver. Oh, I know this die. I've seen these in here. Mama bought herself a new car yesterday. And her new car is too long to fit in the garage where I've made room around all my coins for it. So I have to go out and make room for her new car. No 72p rolls tonight, Silver Nitrate. Sorry, brother. All right. Is this another one of those? I think it could be. It is. It appears to be another one of my little double dies with the extra stuff on the top of the center post there. You can see it right there in the 3. And as I turn it, that little area gets bright because it's lifted. So yeah, it's lifted right there. So that's another one of them. If nothing else, I'm finding quite a few of these in here. It's really minor, but it's there nonetheless. And this one's for matting. Don't have any 72p rolls to sell, folks. Not right now. I'm still looking. Mr. Hampton. Let's see what Mr. Hampton gets. I'm gonna say looks like a normal coin. Told Mama I was gonna be on at 4 o'clock. It's 4:38. Not really sure what makes her think I can show an entire row of coins inside of 30 minutes. But she is going to want me to end the broadcast and go help her as soon as I get done. Robert Adams. Coin number 33. Well, let's see what's on coin number 33 for Robert Adams. And I don't see anything here. I kind of wish this had been a little bit better luck for a roll. Watch me. Next time I open a 1963 D roll, it'll be on one of my just a roll dig. It'll be loaded full of double dies or something. I'll have to think of my friends. There it is for Mr. Adams. Coin number 34. Steve looking for silver. I think that's one of our little double dies right there. There's a happy little double die lives right there. It is. It is one of our little double dies. Now I'm going to zoom in, because we keep finding this, and I keep recognizing it, and I'm not even sure that anyone else even sees it. But you see that little fuzzy thing right on the... Well, the way you're looking at it, it's going to be on the bottom of the center post of the 3, but it's on the top of the center post of the 3. Sticks out just a little bit. Yes, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? This little guy right here... I wish I had a pointer. Laser pointer. Here, I'm pointing at the screen. Can't you tell? Can't you see? We got happy little 3s living right over here. That's right. And let me back out. You can see it just like that. Right there. That is my little minor 1963 DDO with the north and south die scratches running through the date and the east and west die scratches running through trust. And there they are. All right, let me get this one in a holder for Steve looking for silver. All right, Levels of Madness gets the next coin. Let's see what we've got for Levels of Madness. We have a normal coin, because this one's going to be that one that has the lines running east and west through the date. And well, we've seen this one before a few times, and we know it's a normal die. Normal. And then on the reverse... Okay, we've got those really heavy die scratches in the last 3 bays. That'll help us mark it for the next time we see one, but here's number 36. Number 36. Serving number 36 to Steve Patet. Steve Patet gets coin number 36. Well, let us see what it is. Appears to be a normal coin so far. A little bit of a weak strike going on there with the O and of. That is a sign of a slightly weak strike. What happens is just opposite that O is the shoulder of the portrait of Lincoln, which is a really high relief area. And since you have to fill in that really high relief area, if you don't get a complete and full strike, it doesn't fill it in all the way. But that also means that the lettering on the opposite side of the coin, the O of, isn't going to fill in all the way either. Well, we have a spot on the bottom of the D. Or is that a spot? Yeah, it's a spot. And I'm still just kind of looking around to see what I can see what's going on. And I see nothing. And coin number 38. Chasing flies with a vacuum cleaner. I don't think you missed anything. But I tell you what, chasing flies with a vacuum cleaner sounds like a lot of fun. What, are you trying to suck him up like Miyagi? Get fly over here. Get fly over there. You just see that now. Chasing a fly around the room with a vacuum cleaner. Somebody walks in the room and they think you've just completely lost it. Have you lost your mind? Well, you actually had to have a mind to begin with to lose it. So, in my case, probably not. Levels of Madness gets the next coin. What does Levels of Madness get? We have a normal coin. Do we? Okay. A little thing down below the L right there looks like it could be the start of a bar L, but it isn't. That's actually a concentric die gouge. Happens to pop out extra deep right below the L. You caught 11 flies last week with your hand. You must have really slow flies where you live. They're a little too fast for that around here. Either that or you're like 12 years old and still have reflexes like a cat. I can't manage to swat a fly before it's halfway across the room. Copper Kingdom. Let's see what Copper Kingdom has here. What am I looking at on the 9? Nothing. Thought I saw something. Excuse me. Let's see here. I'm getting nowhere real fast. Just about an hour from our broadcast. We've got a massive roll sale this afternoon. It's probably going to be a 2-hour to 3-hour event. I've got boxes and boxes of rolls behind me. And these rolls are going away. Because I need them to go away. I've got to make room for Mama's new car. Hello, Amber. Nice to see my penny princess come by for a bit. Everyone say happy birthday to Amber's husband, Will. Today is Will's birthday. And Will's probably at work, isn't he? Of course, they don't celebrate birthdays at work. Of course, by the time you get to be my age, you don't want to celebrate your birthday anyway. It just reminds you that you're getting older. Paul Hampton. Let's see what Paul Hampton gets on coin number 42. Coin number 42 is beat up. Nope, don't think so. It looks kind of like nothing. Excuse me. There's that little die gouge again. Coming off the bottom of the L. That little tiny light colored line. Yeah, I often use that because I'm colorblind. I use that phrase a lot. Light colored or dark colored. Because I know it's colored. I just don't know what color, so I just say light or dark. You know, that light colored door down the hallway. Don't go through the dark door. Go through the light door that's after the dark door. People look at me like I'm crazy. I'm not crazy, I just can't tell what color it is like you can. Well, I am crazy, but not for that reason. Time Traveler's Coin Exchange is teaching us here how to catch flies. There's a trick. They fly in geometric patterns. You know, I've been around for 51 years, and I never knew that. That's new to me. So thank you for being the person who delivers that you learn something every day. To me today, my day is fulfilled, and I know I can rest easier knowing that I've learned something today. Oop, there's a spot on that one. You know, time travelers, come back and talk to me again when you manage to catch a dozen flies in one day with chopsticks. Then you're going to be at the true God level. Oops. Next one goes to Paul Hampton, but I got to get Copper Kingdom's name in his right there. Okay, I'll Paul Hampton. Let's see what Mr. Hampton got. Hey, that looks like a line on the inside of the mint mark. Maybe. No, it disappears when I turn it. So it's not anything. I'm trying, folks. I'm really trying hard. Trying hard to make something into something. And I can't find anything to make. You tried after Karate Kid? Okay, that tells me two things. You've been putting effort into this for way too much time. And you're old. This Karate Kid came out in, what was that, 1983? 84? It's pretty old. All right. Steve looking for silver. Got coin number 45. This has got that east and west die scratches running through the date, so we're probably not going to find anything on this coin because it appears to be from the same die as the others we've already seen that had nothing on them. Folks, I'm going to want you to join me for this event coming up here in an hour. It's going to be gangbusters. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of rolls. I broke a sweat 3 times yesterday dragging boxes upstairs. Oh, you're old in about 10 days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got 5 left in there. I got 5 coins left. That's exactly where I'm supposed to be. Midnight Silver Run. Midnight Silver Run. Let's see what Mr. Midnight Silver Run got here. Looks like we have one. A little minor double die obverse. This one looks a really clean example of it too. Let's check for our east and west die scratches around trust, and we have them. It's a nice clean example of that double die. Now look at the reverse, make sure they didn't change dies on us. Okay. Well, Midnight comes out with one of these little minor double dies. Coin number 46. Next. It's going to be Mr. Dunn. Mr. Dunn. That's right. If Chuck wants to move that ball during the game, he's going to have to rely on his offensive line. Just get the ball moved and stand back and watch them do their job, right? Is that what it is? I think Penny Parent's going to be there helping out. I don't know if Amber will be able to be there because, well, it's Will's birthday. And I don't want her to be there on Will's birthday because she needs to spend time with Will on Will's birthday. Awesome. Thank you, Amber. That's the very first super chat ever for me right there. I looked up and I saw something weird on my screen and I realized, oh, that's what I'm looking at. There's actually a super chat there. That is one of the double dies, so I'm going to stick it to the side. Mr. Patat got one of them right here. And I'm going to move to coin number 49 goes to Matting. Let's see what Matting gets. Not a double die. That's that one that's got the gouge on the bottom of the L. No, it's not. It's an artifact of lighting that I was seeing. This will be interesting figuring out how YouTube turns that $sign into something in my account and what I actually see of it, because I'm not sure. I turned on the feature just in case people would want to use it, and I have no idea exactly what it does. Mini-me version of 1DO009. I tell you what, if this really does turn out to be a mini-me, it may not be maxi enough to list. So we're going to have to cross our fingers and hope that I find that there's enough there to actually get a good photograph of. Never end a sentence with a preposition. Because I don't do anything of. But it would be something to the effect, I mean, you've got to really do a lot of wordplay to not end that sentence in of. Something to take a picture of. Something from which we can capture a photograph. There we go. Have I written a book? Oddly enough, yes. 2 of them, in fact. And a number of articles, too. And a website. Coppercoins.com. I authored that website. I also developed it. Okay, so this was just a little disappointing, but we did come out with a little bit more than we did in the first 1963 D-roll. We ended up with 8 confirmed examples of this minor double die obverse, which means that we got 42 coins that have nothing on them that we can discern specifically. And it has taken us just about exactly an hour to get this done. 58 minutes, 22 seconds on right now. So I really appreciate it, folks. I'm going to give you a really quick tour here. This is a quick tour of my now destroyed office. Look at that. Look at all those boxes down there. And see, look, it goes around. Boxes and boxes and boxes full of rolls. We've got pennies everywhere. Is it a record for the amount of time that I've taken? Probably a short record because it typically takes more than an hour. I'm trying to make it so that I can do everything that needs to be done and get it done inside of an hour, but not look like I'm rushing through it. And the reason for that is because I want you to be able to see what goes on, see what happens when I'm looking through Lincoln Cents. Wow. That's amazing. I just happened to be able to pop that out. Looking Through Lincoln Cents is the name of the book. It's more than 300 pages. It was written in 2004, updated in 2005. It's out of print now, but you can probably still find copies of it on Amazon. Bill O'Rourke, how you doing, buddy? There's Bill O'Rourke, the man himself. If you have ever looked at Found in Rolls in Coin World, there's your columnist right there. There's your guy that wrote it. I was just telling everybody, Bill, we've got a roll sale coming up here in just about an hour. Actually, it's just exactly 1 hour from now. I got 1,680 rolls, all lined up ready to go for sale. Everything from old stuff to new stuff and everything in between. Goes all the way back to 1952 and all the way up to 2019. And Bill O'Rourke runs a group on Facebook, Found in Rolls. You got to go join it and take a look. This guy spends, a large amount of time finding stuff in rolls that he got from the bank and whatnot. And it amazes me, the things that he's found. I mean, everything back to seeded dimes, and he's found Liberty nickels, probably Shield nickels. Finds a lot of foreign coins, finds a lot of errors, a lot of varieties. Finds all this stuff, then he writes about it. He writes about it, and it goes in Coin World, and people read about it. Hi, Paula. Paula's ready not to be at the sale because she has to go help her daughter with her wedding. Planning. Well, Coin Searcher 2, that is exactly what I'm looking to do. I am looking to teach people how I do what I do, because maybe it'll make it easier for them. And just maybe there will be a time that somebody will come to me and say, hey, you know how when you do this and that, I found an easier way. Let me show you. And then they show me a better and easier way of doing something I've been doing for 40 years plus. I love that. It's like these things right here. They've saved my bacon a number of times. They're made of ash. Same thing as a baseball bat. And what I do, these are just circulated wheat pennies here. Just stick them on here. Put my coins on this. Okay. And they're fluted. There's a fluted line there, and you can tilt it and they won't fall out. And then I have another one. Now see right here, you're looking at the obverses of the coins. Okay, laid them out like that. Then I put this on top. It's exactly the same thing. Put it on top, flip the whole contraption over. Now I'm looking at the reverses. I can flip a half a roll at a time because these things are made to hold 25 coins. I learned that from a guy who was using the same type of material that you make name tags out of. The ones that you are like name plates, like the ones that you engrave and they're colored like red or blue or black, and you engrave and they turn white. He got some of that material and glued it together and made a strip out of it that was about 6 or 8 inches long that he could put 5 or 10 coins on and go under his microscope and slide it through. And then, I graduated that idea to this, and this thing's I want to say 20 years old. It's at least 20 years old. And I've been using it for a long time. And I call it the Scent Slide. Nice name, huh? In fact, at one time I actually had the word Scent Slide written on this in pen, and it wore off. But the Scent Slide is 1x material. And it has a 3/4 inch flute in the center of it, cut with a router. It's made of ash, so it's very hard. It's as hard as a baseball bat. And I use it to put a half a roll of coins on at a time, and I can flip them over just like that. No fingerprint bonus. That's right. And I can pour out, like, for instance, I can also slide them off the end. So let's say that I found nothing in this roll. Well, if I found nothing in this roll, zippity-doo-dah, here they go into the bag, right? Okay. Then the other thing I can do with this is I can take uncirculated coins like this. It's a tube of uncirculated coins here. And then I can plop them down like that and then spread them out like this. See how I'm just spreading them out on there? Okay, now I've got a few different advantages with this. My first advantage is that I can see all the coins and go back and forth and look at all of them however I want to. Second advantage is I can count the coins, because from that little hole right there and this end to that little hole on that end right there fits exactly 25 coins. So I know that I have exactly a half a roll of coins right here. The other advantage, I can grade the coins using my stick because I can tilt them in the light and I can see all the little marks and all the other issues. Next advantage, I already showed you this. I can take this, you can flip over a half a roll of coins, and that's the other side right there. So there we go. Has anyone told me that I'm a genius today? I don't think so. I don't think so. You'd be the first, if you did. And my sorting that I have in my book is, instead of trying to sort everything out by decades and then trying to sort everything out, because first, okay, let's say for 100 years you've got 10 decades. And then you have 10 years inside of each decade. So you end up having to have 100 cups to sort coins for 100 years. So instead, here's the easy way to do it. You get 10 containers. Okay? You sort all of your coins into the 10 containers by the last digit only. So let's say that you've got just wheat cents, okay? And let's say you've got your 9s in your wheat cents because you're sorting everything by the last digit of the date. So you have 09, 19, 39, 49. You only got 4 different ones. So when you sort into that 9, you dump your 9s out. You only got 4 different years to look at right there. 09, 19, 29, 39, 49, 5 different years. Like if you're doing memorial cents and you're doing memorials and shields. Let's say you're doing memorials and shields and you've got the 5 cup out. Your 5 cup is going to have 65, 75, 85, 95, 05, and 15. You've only got 6 different ones. And that's with the 2 different designs. Mr. Dowdle, you did miss the whole roll, but one thing you didn't miss, in 56 minutes, I'm going to start a new stream, and that new stream is going to have the biggest roll sale I've ever had. Biggest roll sale I've ever seen. And see, here's how my coins go back. I've got these little drawers built in to my desk, and they slide in and out. And so I can slide it in real tight. Hands are nice and soft, nice and clean. So I just take these. I wish I could show you, but I can't really, because my camera doesn't show over that far because, well, it's kind of stationary. But I can take my hand, push a half a roll of coins right off into my hand just like that. And then I take my tube, and then I can just stick them right back in the tube without ever fingering any of them. There you go. Right back into the tube. Tube gets closed, and it goes back into the pile of rolls on my desk. Do I have a spreadsheet for the rolls? Yes, I do. Not for tonight. Not for the sale tonight. I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't really have a good way of publishing it. And so I just decided not to publish it for tonight. But there will be rolls from 1952 to 2019. 1,680 rolls in total. There's going to be a number of, well, actually all of them are unsearched. I haven't been through any of them for varieties. I haven't been through any of them for errors. I did dump out one roll from one year. I'm not going to tell anybody what it is, but I dumped out one roll from one year just to check it for grade, and there was a clipped planchet in there. I just shoved it right back in the tube. Somebody's going to get a clipped planchet from one of the rolls they buy. And of course, you're going to know that it's been a wrapped or a tubed roll because I didn't open a bank wrapped roll and reseal it. So there's your one clue for the day. One clue only. The Coppercoin guru. I've just been doing this for a long time, brother. I've been doing this so long. If I haven't learned something other people don't know by now, I need to quit and move on to Beanie Babies or something. Because I've been doing this long enough to write the book on the subject. All right, folks, I got to go. Wife is clambering around wanting me to eat before I get back to doing my other broadcast. So my other broadcast is on the channel. It's on the Coppercoins channel. You can go and take a look at it. And get ready, get your screen ready, because 6 o'clock promptly, I'm going to show up here and I'm going to start selling rolls. And I'm not even going to slow down. Some of it's going to be sales. Some of it's going to be auction. So you can bid on stuff. You can buy stuff outright. Have fun, folks. Thank you for coming. I'll talk to you later.